Karibuni to Aroma of Zanzibar's Kitchen. Today I'm going to share with you how I make these delicious pillowy soft beignets. I'm going to start by mixing the yeast. So I've used 1 cup of lukewarm water, that's about 101 to 107 degrees Fahrenheit. And I also used 2¼ teaspoon of instant yeast. Just want to mix it well and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll be using evaporated milk, that's 2/3 cup. I've used this brand called Almarai, but you can use any type of evaporated milk that you have, or even whole milk. Now to the yeast mixture, I added 1/4 cup of sugar and the evaporated milk, that's 150 ml, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 whole egg that's in room temperature, and a little bit of vanilla just to remove the egg smell. You can also use cinnamon powder or nutmeg, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Just going to mix it well, and then we're ready to add the flour. Now I kept about 5 cups of all-purpose flour, that's about 620, and you may use between 4½ to 5 cups, that's 500 to 620 grams. Now I just started with about 3 cups. You can start however you like it, there's no specific measurements. You're just going to add the flour as you go along until you get the right consistency. And to me, the consistency should be sticky, and that's how you're going to get the beignets to be very, very light and soft. All right. So at this point, if you want, you can move to a flat surface like I did, or you can continue. You can also use a stand mixer if you have one. All right. So my plan is, what I normally do is, I don't like to knead this dough. I just fold it like that just to get it combined, because when you knead the dough, you develop gluten and you get your mixture very tough, and I don't want it to be tough. I want it to be very, very light and soft. All right, so it's very simple, just like that. About 5 times you can do the folding. And here to the bowl, I just add the melted butter. I just happen to have some. You can use oil, just to make sure that the dough rises easily and freely without sticking on the side of the bowl. Just going to cover it and let it sit for about 1 hour to 2 hours. Mine rose in about 1 hour and 15 minutes. It depends on the heat or how warm your area is. Now at this point here, you want to have a lot of flour on the surface or the countertop where you're going to use, because you don't want the beignets to stick on the countertop. All right, so I'm just going to add some more flour here on the top, and then just spread it with my fingers. I'm just going to roll it. So I'm going to roll this to about 3 centimeter thickness, just like that. Then we are going to cut this into squares, and I usually like to keep my squares between 1½ inches to 2 inches. I think that's a perfect size. So you should be able to get about 26 to 30 of these, depending on the size. Now beignets, I believe, are French donuts that have been adapted in New Orleans, and they're very, very famous, especially from Café du Monde, where they make their beautiful pillowy soft beignets. Now, from my family, we have come to know beignets from the movie Princess and the Frog, where the Princess TIANA made these beautiful beignets. So ever since, we've been making beignets. All right, now my oil is ready. If you have a thermometer, you can check 350. If not, you can just sprinkle the flour, and when it fries, you know that it's ready. So I'm just putting about 5. That's what my pan can hold, but you don't want to put too much anyway. Now I like to agitate the oil just like that, and as soon as they start puffing up, I flip them on the other side so that they don't burst. And I fry these just like how I do mandazis. For those of you who have seen the video, this is how we make mandazis, but they're similar to mandazis, but they're not the same. And the texture is much softer, and they taste a little bit different. They're more on the cakey side than the bread side, if you know what I mean. All right, so once they start changing the color, you're going to flip them on the other side. Now you can do this 3 times or 4 times until you get your desired color. Now you can serve beignets for breakfast, for tea time, or any time of the day. You can see this is ready for me. I like this color. And we're just going to take them out. And they're still warm and nice. You can see how soft they are. And we're ready to serve. Now if you want to serve like Princess Tiana, you can drizzle some honey and a lot of powdered sugar. A lot. All right. If you don't want, you can omit the honey, but don't miss the powdered sugar. And now let's see how they are. They're nice and crispy on the outside and very soft inside. So thank you so much. Please find all the ingredients and the measurements on this page and in the description box below. And thank you for visiting Aroma of Zanzibar. Please join me on my next video. Thank you.